Yo, what is up, guys? Shinobi here, and ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Bleach Rebirth Souls version 1.40 update for battle system adjustments and changes. So this isn't a problem. This probably isn't, well, and maybe it is a buff and a nerf list for the next patch because Yuha is coming out. If you haven't seen my video on that, I'll go ahead and check it out. I've done a review on what I think his stuff is going to be, at least based off what we've seen so far. And I've also kind of made like a tier list on who I think we might get if we do get a season 2. So, without further ado, if you guys do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And let's go ahead and get straight into this. So, actually, let me move myself out the way because you guys can't even see what we're looking at right now. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. I'm going to move myself right over here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at these patch notes. So, for Bleach Rebirth Souls version 1.40 updates, the battle system adjustments and changes, they have reduced the hitbox for breaker attacks, which is interesting because breakers were already they're not invincible, especially since people figured out how to beat them. They're not invincible, but why they are reducing the hitbox for them, really interesting. But that's with them reducing the hitbox for the breaker attacks. Wait a minute. With them, why would okay? So they're reducing the hitbox for breaker attacks, meaning that for certain characters, I know for certain characters, getting your breaker is going to be a little bit more difficult now. So you got to be a lot more careful with using it. However, Rangiku's hitbox has been expanded. So they reduced the hitbox for breaker attacks, so make it harder to hit breakers. So you got to probably be a lot closer now to hit them. But Rangiku's hitbox has been expanded. So they made it easier for you to hit Rangiku with a breaker, but they reduced the hitbox for breaker attacks for everybody else. Why? What? Okay, weird. Next, you can cancel into follow-up ho-ho even when your attack is guarded. Wait. You can cancel into follow-up ho-ho even when your attack is guarded. So if you're telling me that there's a chance that, and hey, let me know down in the comments if I'm getting this right or wrong. But you're telling me, let's say I go light into, no, just 3 lights and then I flashed up. Is that going to automatically go into a follow-up ho-ho, or am I tripping? Because it says you can now cancel into follow-up ho-ho even when your attack is guarded. Which in my head, I'm thinking, even if my opponent is guarding my attack, I could still go into follow-up ho-ho. And if my opponent lets go of his guard, then I just get the follow-up attack. Is that what they're saying here? Yo, what are these patch notes? Once again, let me know if I'm wrong on this or not. But this is kind of... We're going to have to see when the patch notes look, bro. We're going to have to see when the patch notes pop up. Anyway, moving on next to next one. Landing a key combo move outside of Soul Break will now restore reverse gauge. Well, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Let's be real. Everybody knows that if your opponent tries to go for a Keycon move outside of Soul Break, if you're not in the red, then everybody's going to block that. Kind of crazy that it restores his reverse gauge if you somehow do get that hit. Like, let's say you get a guard break, I guess, maybe. But once again, it's one of those things that, yeah, this could be really cool and really good because this restores basically all your flash ups and whatnot. But more likely than not, especially with higher tier players, that's never going to happen. Interesting change, though. I will say that. Anyway, moving on to the next one. If you are in the Reishi deficiency state when taking damage, your damage output and guard chip damage will increase. So I'm assuming Reishi deficiency state would be your guard. So if your guard is broken, I'm assuming that's what they're talking about here, and you're taking damage, your damage output and chip damage will guard. No, actually, Reishi deficiency state. So I'm assuming this is if you're in the red. So if you're in the red, I'm assuming. So yeah, no, if you're in the red, when taking damage, your damage output and guard chip damage will increase. So if you're in the red bar, you can do more damage and do more guard chip damage. That's an interesting change. Okay, moving on to the next one. Attacks during awakening or reawakening can no longer be countered with the counter. I mean, the counters were kind of useless anyways, but this kind of just makes them more useless. Attacks during awakening or reawakening can no longer be countered. Why would they do this though? That's my question. Why would you do that? The counters were already kind of useless as it was. And now they made me more useless. Why? Because if I'm getting this correct, if I'm getting these correct, that this basically means that, let's say I'm playing Unohana, right? Let's say I'm playing Unohana and I go for a counter. If I'm getting this correct, if my opponent is in their awakened state, or even in their reawakened state, let's say I use a counter and my opponent hits me, that means that this doesn't work? So my counter is basically useless now? Why would they do? That's an interesting change, and also I don't know why they would do that. That basically makes Unohana's SP2, at least when she's not in sublimation, pretty much useless. And same with Yoriichi. If I'm getting this right, attacks during, if I'm correct, I'm reading this right here. It says attacks during awakening or reawakening can no longer be countered with a counter. If I'm getting this correct, that pretty much means, if I'm thinking this correctly, that counters, unless they're talking about the flash step counter, basically don't work with when you're awakened or reawakening. And I'm thinking this is probably the counter, not the flashed up version of it, because it would make no sense for that not to work. All right, I'm curious. Okay, developers notes. I'm really curious to see why they're making these kind of changes. Developers notes. Previously, the cost to close in and pressure on an opponent using breaker varied greatly between characters. To address this, we've allowed for follow-up ho-ho cancels even on guard, enabling players to create advantageous close range situations with even more moves. So I'm right. So let's say I'm once again, this is what I'm thinking here. I'm playing Toshiro. I go light, and then flashed up. That will go into a follow-up ho-ho. So if my opponent lets go of their guard, I can still get hits in. I don't know if that's really useful though. If I'm correct, if I'm correct and that's how this is about to work, I'm really curious on why they did this, because yeah, it allows you to put more pressure on, but it's not worth it to go for a follow ho-ho after you're done doing a light attack, unless you're trying to bait, like, I don't know, a grab or something. We're gonna have to wait until the game actually updates to see this, but this is kind of crazy. And I know what they're trying to do. They're basically trying to make it to where players don't play as tanky as they did before, because there's obviously, and it's just a play style. Depends on who you're playing too. I play Toshiro, so I'm not really playing defensive unless I'm playing against something like Kai and Shiba or whatever like that, or like Stark. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the game more aggressive. I think they're trying to make the game more aggressive to where it's not so much defense oriented, and you're not using your breaker so much, which is why they lowered the hitbox for it. They don't want you to spam breakers. They want you to be able to mix your opponent up using your regular attacks or your follow ho-ho. Like, they're trying to make, like, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make, like, something like high-low mix-ups, but at the same time, it's not a high-low mix-up. It's more like just an attack mix-up more than anything. I think that's what they're trying to do instead of people just relying on breaker all the time. I think that's what they're trying to do. Because, yeah, see, right here, it says, since breaker's hitbox is now smaller, you'll now need to commit deeper approaches than before. So, yeah, I was correct. So, with the breaker's hitbox being smaller, at least for everybody else, except for Rangiku for some reason, with the hitbox being smaller, you have to be even closer to your opponent for it to hit. Because it used to be with certain breakers, depending on the character, they could hit you with a breaker from sometimes really far off. Not like really, really far off, but like, let's say you're like near them, but you're not near them. Sometimes people's breakers could still hit you. But now, since the breaker hitbox is smaller, you'll have to be like damn near, probably for some characters, right in front of them for it to hit. Which means that you can punish it a lot easier now. So now people who like, let's say you like to flash step and then go straight into a breaker, people already figure out a way to get around that. But now it's even more so where you probably don't want to go for a breaker anymore because now the hitbox is smaller, so you got to be really close to your opponent to hit it. Interesting. Interesting. I still don't know what this is all about, though. This whole counter thing, I really hope they explain this. Also, note that the reverse gauge recovery only applies on hit, not on guard. This game emphasizes comeback potential through mechanics like Fighting Spirit Gauge, Awakening, Keycon Channel, and Reawakening. I mean, this is not this whole entire thing right here with the Keycon move. I'm gonna be real, that's not really gonna be much of a thing. Nobody's really gonna actually hit that because even with Aizen, let's take Aizen for example. Even something like Aizen, who has a guard break when his thing is done, like if your opponent goes for a Keycon move, you can hit them out of it. You can hit them out of it. So there's no point in even going for something like that. It's interesting that they did that, but you never really see that, especially in high level play. Let's be real. All right, but moving on. However, dominant strategy emerged where players were intentionally avoiding finishing an opponent to build fighting spirit instead. I'm glad that they're addressing this. I'm glad they're addressing this to mitigate this. We've added a buff. When you enter a reishi deficiency state indicated by the red spirit particles, your damage output increases. So what does this mean? Because the main reason why people would avoid finishing an opponent to get fighting spirit is because in certain situations, and I've had this before, and this is why sometimes you'll see me go for the 3-turn kill instead of 2-turn kill with a 4 and a 5, is because you'll be beating your opponent so bad that you'll end up going for like a 3-turn kill, but then your opponent obviously gets comeback for that, and they get to go for a 2-turn. It really depends on how good the person you are is fighting, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're addressing this, but I don't know what this would mean. I guess damage. I mean, if your damage output increases, I guess that means you're able to do more damage. But this is only if you're in the ratio deficiency state, which is where you get hit in the Keycon. I'm confused with this. While this doesn't completely eliminate the tactic, it adds significant pressure when you're pressed into that state. In high-level matches, the ability to destroy one extra Konpaku with a soul break is extremely powerful, making the non-soul break scenarios less rewarding. As a result, critical bursts into Keycon moves outside of soul break became rare. Well, yeah, because you're able to block them. Like, you're able to block them, A, and B, there's also the ability that you can just straight up hit them out of it. With this update, landing the Keycon move outside of soul break now restores reverse gauge, creating new strategies such as prioritizing reverse gauge actions over Konpaku destruction. Oh, and then here we go. We got the character adjustments. Okay. I'm so confused with this though, because nobody in their right mind is actually gonna go for a Keycon move outside of a soul break. That doesn't make any sense. You can get hit right out of it, or even countered out of it. Like there's two ways to beat. Like if somebody goes for a Keycon move, let's say that they're hitting you, and then they hit the red move, and then they try to go for a Keycon move. There's two ways you could stop that. A, just hitting the block button, especially if your guard ain't broke, which is just resets neutral, and then B, just hit them out of it. You can straight up just attack them out of it. Now, obviously, the block is probably the more safe way to go, but yeah, you can hit them out of it. So I don't know why you would do that. I don't know, man. And then, I mean, I'm glad they're addressing this, but I'm gonna be real. When it comes to the whole thing with people waiting for this, what they need to do is they need to make it to where when you get hit with in Keycon, you don't get as much fighting spirit. Like they need to just do that all the way around. Make it like Unohana. Make it like Unohana where you can't lose to win. Like when Unohana takes a Keycon move, she doesn't get that much fighting spirit. She has to build fighting spirit on her own by getting hits in. They need to do it like that, where if you get hit with a Keycon, you don't get to just build fighting spirit really fast by getting hit by a Keycon. Instead, they need to do it like Unohana, where if Unohana gets hit by a Keycon move, she doesn't get that much fighting spirit off of that. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. But I don't know. We'll talk about it more after I get done reading the character adjustments and changes, because I'm really curious on what they're going to do with this, especially with Toshiro, because Yeah, I want my dragon combo back. Alright, here we go. Ichigo Kurosaki, regular version. Spiritual Pressure Move 1 fixed an issue where it could be air cancelled from certain actions. I did not know that was a thing. Initial stage, signature move charge version. Increases startup speed. Okay. So it's faster. Expanded the frames where it can be canceled to a step. So basically, they made it faster and they made it easier for you to cancel out of it. Okay. Awakening. Signature move charge version. Slowed startup speed and reduced recovery time. So basically, it made it way slower. So you basically, that signature move where it raises its sword up and then appears right in front of you, they made it really slow. So it's easier to punish. Okay. An initial stage, charger faster startup allows the charge signature move to overlap with the opponent's wake up after a flash follow up. The increased cancel frames make it easier to use for feints. During awakening, though, although the start is slow, the start is slower, you gain advantages. I can't talk right now. Advantageous frames. Charging lets you create favorable situations even outside the opponent's range, forcing them to respond. So basically, the charge up is slower, but if it does hit on shield, you basically well, it was already safe on shield to begin with. If I'm being real with you, you could backstep right out of it. But now it's even more so. It's just slower. So if your opponent catches you while you're charging it up, because it has that thing where he holds the sword up and then he teleports. If you're right in front of him, or if you get in front, if you're able to hit him before he does that, then you can punish it. So it's able to be punished a lot faster. But at the same time, if it does hit, you are basically plus on shield. Okay. Ichigo Kurosaki Bankai. I'm really curious on what they're going to do with this because they've been buffing and nerfing this character like crazy. And the last time they buffed him, they made him basically the best character in the game. All right. Initial stage and awakening, spiritual pressure move 2, fix an issue where it can be air canceled from certain actions. Initial stage, breaker, fix an issue where the damage value swap between normal state and spiritual pressure move 2 activation. Okay, so more bug fixes. Reawakening, special flash attack, increased forward movement. Okay. And signature move, increased hit stun duration. This is reawakening, so this is Vassal Lord. Okay. So he has more hit stun and then also a charged knockback animation. Huh. So this is more of a Vasta Lord debuff more than just base Ichigo. And these changes improve in stability during reawakening. Signature move now transitions into wake up pressure from forward steps, enabling relentless offense. His signature move is a Sarah, right? Or is that his forward triangle? I don't know. I don't play this Ichigo, so okay, interesting small buff there. Ichigo Kurosaki final gets a good Tensho. Initial stage, special flash attack when conclusion is in the 2 state. Added full invincibility during the initial motion. So increased invincibility. So hold on. Oh, so his special flash has more. He has full invincibility on his. So final gets a good Tensho. Ichigo, he has invincibility on the forward motion. So the only way to get him out of that is if you're in front of him, he does that. You can break her him probably. But if you hit him, he has full invincibility on his. Wow. Yeah, no, this Ichigo's about to be frick. I'm about to hate fighting that freaking Getsuga Tensho Ichigo now. Because it used to be a thing with Toshiro specifically that if he used that special flash attack, I could hit him out of it with the ice. Now that's not an option no more. That is no longer an option no more. You have to grab him out of that before like this, when he's doing the startup, you have to grab him out of it or flash step it. That's like your only 2 ways. Because he has invincibility now on this move. That's crazy. Special flash attack was harder to use compared to other moves, so we've improved it. Now it has full invincibility during its motion, making it effective against long range pokes and offering a high reward on hit. However, it lacks invincibility on startup, so its reversal potential still remains limited. So like I said, I was right. The only 2 ways to basically counter this move now is to basically perfect flash step it if you see him use it, or just grab him out of it if he tries to get it. Like if you're close enough to do so. That's the only way. That's the only way. Uryu. Special pressure move 1, fix an issue where it could be air canceled. Okay, so there's a lot of moves where you could just air cancel the shit. Awakening and reawakening, special flash attack, increase spiritual pressure gain. So special flash attack increases the spiritual pressure gain, and signature move can now be canceled pre-startup into a step. So his move where he shoots arrows into the sky, you can cancel out of that. You can cancel out of that now. So he's gonna be more annoying to deal with. He's gonna be even more annoying to deal with now. Oh lord. And then in his awakening, quick dash attack, fixed an issue, so that's more bugs. So fixed an issue where it couldn't cancel into fall polo, so that's more bugs. Signature move, increased fighting spirit gain. So with this, they're more focused on the spirit. They're more focused on his signature move with this patch more than anything. So you can boost fighting spirit gauge and also cancel out of it. Okay, so he's just basically more annoying to deal with now. Chad, I can't see a Chad losing. All right, signature move, giant flash attack, increase knockback distance, reduce recovery time. Special flash attack gains super armor at startup when spiritual pressure move 1 is active. So only if you have the spiritual pressure move 1 active that he has super armor on it. So okay. Breaker fixed an issue where the damage didn't increase during special pressure move 1 activation. Okay, so this is more on the special, so they're more focused on his special flash attack and his signature move here. Specifically his special flash attack though, they're more focused on you want to be able to use your spiritual pressure move 1 now more because it has you get super armor when you have it active. Okay. With super armor on special flash attack during special pressure move 1, you can force your turn even when absorbing enemy attacks. This creates very pressure options, charge your signature move, or even dive into a special flash attack. So they basically increased what he can do with his pressure. Kisuke, please tell me they gave him his sauce back. Please, for the love of God. Yes! Oh, thank God, finally. They fixed it. Oh, they fixed it. Okay, so Kisuke, he had a problem in his last patch where his follow-up ho-ho was basically not even worth going for because the damage was trash. They fixed it. Thank the fucking Lord. Okay. Awakening. Signature types. All types. Reduced recovery time. Improved combo scaling. Okay, so that means his damage is going to be doing more. And during special pressure move 2 activation, you can now cancel from quick attack combo, flash attack, and special flash attack. Ooh, so you can cancel out of your moves only during your special pressure move activation, though. That's interesting. So he's got his sauce. I think he's got his sauce back somewhat. I think he got his sauce back. Developer notes. These changes increase the reward from signature moves. With Spiritual Pressure Move 2 active, you can cancel from various attacks, enabling rhythm-breaking strategies. Yeah, no, they gave him his sauce back. Because basically what I'm seeing here is when you're in the Spiritual Pressure Move 2 move, where you have the red sword out, let's say you're quick attacking, right? You could go like quick attack, and then cancel out of it, back up, and then like you could do a whole bunch of mix-ups. That's what I'm getting at is, yo, Kisuke might got his sauce back. I'm not gonna lie. Kisuke might got his sauce back. All right, Yoriichi, really curious of what they're doing here. Dash quick attack. Okay, so we're getting bug. These are like bug fixes. Okay, so fix an issue where it couldn't cancel on the spiritual pressure move 1. Okay, quick attack combo. Fix an issue where it couldn't cancel on the spiritual pressure move 1. I don't know if I've even noticed that, but okay. Initial stage, spiritual pressure move 2. Fix an issue where the position was too high when a counter hit triggered. Okay, that's more of a bug fix than anything, I guess. Awakening, special flash attack, exclusive ability active. Expanded the hitbox, so the hitbox is bigger now. Special pressure move 2, exclusive ability active. What does it mean by this? I'm assuming this is basically when you're awakened. Increased hit stun duration on counter hits. Charge knockback animation. I'm gonna be real, nobody's really using this counter, so yeah, no. I guess the only real thing they messed with is the special flash attack. I'm gonna be real, because nobody's using this counter in the meta where breakers are all over the place. I will say, because of the fact that people probably won't be using breakers due to the smaller hitbox as much now, I still think people are going to do it anyway, so it probably ain't worth it, but we'll see. Alright. Adjustments to make the Flash Goddess activation more rewarding. Landing a counter with Special Pressure Move 2 deals heavy damage and allows follow-ups, making it easier to pressure when using it as a shield. So you can follow up after this now? So I'm assuming, because it used to be that you couldn't do anything out of this. So you can follow up after. So you can follow up out of the counter now. Okay. Okay, not bad. Renji. Let's see what they did to my boy Renji here. Alright. Special Pressure Move 2. Fix an issue where it could be air cancel. Okay, so a lot of these is just bug fixes with air cancels. Let's just move down here. Special Flash Attack. Increased damage. Increased guard chip damage. Reduce hit stun duration when Spiritual Pressure Move 2 is not active. Signature move. Reduced recovery time on third hits. And now can cancel into Spiritual Pressure Move 2. So they gave the Renji just got a huge ass buff. This man he might be back to the way he was back in season 1, where this man was a freaking menace. All right, weakened states. Special flash attack, increased damage and guard chip damage, increased hit stun and guard stun hits duration. Signature move, faster startup, reduced recovery time, increased damage, increased self damage, added force counter hit property during recovery. After counter activation, reverse actions cannot be used until motion ends. Signature move, Spectral Pressure Move 2 active, reduced recovery time on third hit. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Renji got some buffs. Even in the awakened state or weakened state, Renji can turn the tide with high risk, high reward signature moves, increase self damage, make sure battles critical for success. So they made it basically to where you can deal a lot more damage, but it's like a double edged sword. You can do a lot more damage, but you also hurt yourself. Okay. I know for a fact I know for a fact my boy Mike Hollow is happy about these buffs for Renji. I know that. Anyway, moving on, Rukia. Special pressure move 2 can be cancelled only on hit or guard. Okay. So that move that she does, see, special pressure move 2. That would be the beam. No, that's not the beam move. That's the one where she hits the ice on. Yeah. So you can cancel only on hit and guard. I don't know why you would want to do that, but okay. Once again, this is gonna be we're gonna have to take a look at all of this. Quick attack combo can now cancel on the signature move. Oh wait, did I just hear that correctly? Quick attack combo can now cancel on this. That's oh, that's gonna be deadly. She can quick it. So her signature for anybody know who can do like the loop and everything like that. So they're making it to where she could just straight up like 1, 2, 3, and then signature move. So you can combo into this now. So you could go 1, 2, 3 signature move. You could go flash attack into signature move. Signature move short press can cancel into spiritual pressure move 1 on guard. Spiritual pressure signature move long press increase recovery and guard stun duration. So she can be punished on it and improve combo scaling. So they basically made it to where her signature move is a lot more deadly now. You gotta be careful with that. Although signature move has longer recovery, combo scaling adjustments now for recovery of a combo potential when integrated properly. Resource usage enables high damage combos. Yeah, that makes sense. Shuhei, who's up next? Spiritual Pressure Move 1 can now cancel only on guard or hit. Okay. Okay. So you could go into Spiritual Pressure Move 1 and then like probably backstep or something out of it. Dash quick attack. Fix an issue. Okay, that's bugs, more bugs. Special flash attack, increase movement distance, increase hit stun on first hit. Oh lord. And spiritual pressure move 1 high end, increase hit stun duration. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. That's gonna be annoying to deal with, but it's Shuhei, so we'll have to work with it. Greater movement on special flash attack improves all anti projectile options. Increase hit stun ensures follow-up hits connect even at a close range. High-end adjustments ease combo integration. So they made it easier for him to combo more with high-end. Okay. Rangiku. Breaker fixed an issue where the hitbox was extremely small. Okay. Special flash attack. Increased hit stun and guard hit stun duration. Okay. Reduced recovery time, so she's faster now. And also can cancel into special pressure move 2 only on hit and guard. And this is for the breaker. Fixed an issue where the cancel into spiritual pressure move 1 was possible. Ooh, okay, so that was a bug, I guess. Signature move fixed an issue where air cancel. Okay, that's more bugs. That's more bugs. Awakening signature move. Increase guard penetration damage and spiritual pressure move 2. Increase guard penetration damage. And awakening. For spiritual pressure move 2 isn't even a. Oh, I'm assuming this is just the sand. So when the sand move is out, then you can do more guard damage. So she has a lot more pressure. Okay. Enhancements to the guard pressure through Hineka area make lockdown strategy stronger, combined with hollow polo adjustments. Massimo can enforce her preferred scenarios more effectively. So, yeah, Rangiku, she was already a menace for anybody who knows how to play her, but now that she just got a buff, she's more crazy. Now here we go, Izuru Kira, who is probably the worst character in the entire game right now. Let's see what they buffed on him. Signature move general. Fixed the issue with the air cancel. Okay, this is bugs. Bugs. Signature move. Hado number 11 Tensuri Raiden. Increased damage, increased guardship damage, increased spiritual pressure gain. Signature move Bakudo number 4. The move that everybody was trying to hit out of a Keycon. Increased spiritual pressure gain. Spiritual pressure move 1. Fix this air council. So they're buffing the fuck out of him. They're buffing the hell out of him. At least with his Ketos and his Bakudos that he got. Spiritual pressure move 1. Changed the knockback animation and the Keycon move. Increased Kompoku destruction from 3 to 4. So yeah, they give him a pretty solid buff. But this is during Awakening only though. Developer notes, signature moves now grant more spiritual pressure, making it easier to activate while Beastgate count. Increase the Kompoku destruction from Keycon move, which enables faster match conclusions when executed strategically. Okay. Ikaku Monorame. Signature move. Rush strike, counter strike, or cleave strike. So basically his signatures. You can cancel a lot faster out of it now, okay? Spiritual pressure move 1. Rush strike, Kai, counter. Okay, same thing. Oh, no, this is signature move, actually, my bad. Or a spiritual pressure move. Has faster cancel frames, can now cancel into spiritual pressure move 1. And spiritual pressure move 1 undo stance. So he has a lot more cancels he can do now. He has a lot more cancels because the big thing with his signature move and his spiritual pressure move before was you could get him out of it. Like you could, if you time it right, it'd be really easy to kind of punish him for doing any of this. But now he could cancel out of his signature move, and he also could cancel out of his spiritual pressure move 1. So that's pretty interesting. Improved usability for both signature moves and spiritual pressure moves. Cancels between spiritual pressure moves allow varied pressure strategies. Now we got the old man Yamamoto. Old man Yama. Alright, special flash attack. Increased damage, slowed startup. Increased hit stun duration, and improved combo scaling, increased inferno gauge gain, and also follow up ho-ho, and fixed an issue with the damage varied based on conditions. So it basically made it to where it's high risk, high reward. This has a slower startup, so now you can punish him a lot easier out of it. But if he does hit it on your shield, then he can follow up ho-ho out of it, apparently. And he also has improved combo scaling out of it, and he has a hit stun duration that has been increased. So he got more stun on shield. But once again, the risk is it increases his inferno gauge gain, so people can't spam it as much. Okay. Special flash attack now is high reward for increased risk. Successful hits yield greater damage potential. Makes sense. Soifon, really curious what they do with her because I don't know, she's kind of right now. Special pressure move 1. Fix an issue with air. Okay, this is, yeah, okay. More bugs. More bugs. More bugs. More bugs. Alright. Awakening. Special pressure move 1. Increase hit stun duration. Okay. Can cancel on the signature move. Okay. Reduce blowback distance and increase recovery for no charge and slight change versions. And this is spiritual pressure move 1, right? So they increase the hit stun on shield, and you can cancel into your signature move now. Okay, that makes, yeah, I mean, she was already safe on shield with this anyways. So I'm assuming they just made it easier for you to go for the breaker, I guess, if you're close enough to do so. Improved usability of spiritual pressure move 1 for both combo initiation and extension. Safer resource replenishment supports aggressive play. Okay. Again, really interested how they did with this dude. Oh, man. Alright, signature move. Increase hit stun and guard stun duration. Charge knockback animation. Or change knockback animation, my bad. Reduced recovery for slight charge and max charge versions. So I'm assuming they did this for the cancels. Can now cancel into step on hit or guard. Step variance and reduced overall recovery time. Is this a buff or a nerf? I think this is more of a buff. Yeah, I think you can buff. I think this is buff. You can now cancel into step on hit or guard. Yeah, this is more of a buff. I think this is more of a buff. Signature move adjustments emphasize cancel flexibility. Successful hits allow follow-ups like flash attack, reduce step recovery, improve spacing, and surprise tactics. So yeah, this is more of a buff. I think they made it easier for you to cancel in and out of your signature move now. Alright, Eisen, please tell me they didn't buff this dude again. Please. He's already he's already lore accurate. Please, for the love of God, do not buff him again. Alright. So Sky Eisen, initial stage and awakening. Signature move, faster counter activation, faster hitbox activation, increased fighting spirit gain, charge knockback animation on successful counter, Signature mode, increase the time required to transition into Hogyoku Fusion second phase. So they buffed his signature move, but they made it to where he takes a longer time to hit into his second phase. So they buffed his signature move, but they nerfed how he's able to get into his second phase. Okay. Signature move is now more responsive for neutral play. The increased fighting spirit gain rewards successful counters, while phase 2's transition time is longer, overall duration is shorter, enabling stronger states for sustained combat. So basically they made it to where he takes longer to get into his second state, but as a byproduct of that, if you're able to land a bunch of those counters where he's basically like where if you hit him and then he knocks you back, if you hit enough of those, you can get into your second state a lot faster. So it's like a buff but also a nerf at the same time. Byakuya, signature move, Zenbon Sakura release and seal, reduced recovery time, so they made it easier for him to switch in between both of them. Enabled air cancel from dash attack, quick attack series, and flash attack. I don't know exactly what that means, but alright. So he's able to cancel out of air cancel. What air cancel does he have? I'm confused with that. Okay. I thought the only cancel that he had was out of his signature move. Or his special flash. I forgot which one it was. Alright, spiritual pressure move 1 during Zenbon Sakura release state. Increased pull-in distance on hits. Follow-up ho-ho. And fixed an issue where the damage varied based on Zenbon Sakura release. So I'm assuming if he's in Shikai, and you do the spiritual pressure move 1, then increases the pulling distance, which was already good enough to begin with, but there's that, and you can also follow up ho-ho out of it, and also fix the damage, I guess. Now, Awakening, quick attack can now cancel on the signature move from first and second hits, cannot cancel back into quick attack. So you can quick attack and then cancel into your signature move if you want, so you can do that. But you can't, after that, it's basically not safe. So there's that. Flash attack, increase hit stun duration. I'm gonna hate the fuck out of that. Oh my god. That's why I didn't have to deal with that before. Can also cancel into signature move, cannot cancel back into flash attack. Signature move can also now cancel into quick attack, flash attack, special flash attack. From first and second hits, cannot cancel back into signature move. His signature move, if I'm correct, his signature move is the beam thing, right? Or is that his flash attack? Somebody let me know. I don't play Byakuya, but I'm pretty sure it's his signature move. I'm pretty sure it's his flash attack that does the beam. And it's his signature move that does the thing, the Zenbon Sakura, where he waves his hand up and down, but it's like from a farther distance. Let me know if once again if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I had to play Byakuya in order to actually know what I'm talking about. But if that's what I'm thinking it is, I'm pretty sure, because that's the only move I can think of that you can cancel out of. I'm pretty sure that's the move. But basically, they made it easier for him to put a lot of pressure on you and keep his distance. Focus on strengthening signature move chains. Initial stage allows for easier form switching and adaptive play. Awakening enables multiple cancel routes for pressure and mix-ups. Yeah, though infinite loops are prevented. Okay, makes sense. I'm gonna hate it, but yeah, it makes sense. Sanjin Kamamura, signature move, Tenken So, reduce recovery time, spiritual pressure move 2, increase minimum guaranteed damage. Okay, so you got a buff on his spiritual pressure move 2 and his signature move. Weakened state, signature move, increase his stun and guard stun and duration, and can now also cancel into spiritual pressure move 2. Spiritual pressure move 2, extended forward hitbox, reducing side coverage. Follow ho, you can do that as spiritual pressure move 2 now. And you fixed an issue where damage is reduced. Okay. Special pressure move 2, adjustments improve viability. Cancels from signature move can ensure reliable combo integration for high damage when the conditions align. Okay. Shunsui, though. So, like, Sajin, he basically got a buff all around, kind of, for special pressure move 2. So you can I'm assuming you can cancel out of it now, or what? Let me see. When I was doing more damage, and it also has a better hitbox now. Okay. Shunsui, signature mode, prevents a consecutive selection of the same children's game. Thank the Lord, because there have been so many times where I've had to fight Shunsui and it does the same game every single time, specifically the red one. Special flash attack can now cancel into spiritual pressure move 1. Okay, that's whew. So basically, his jump move that he does, he can not only cancel out of it into a grab now, he can also cancel it into spiritual pressure move. So if he does the jump move, he can go jump and then cancel into spiritual pressure move. So you can do the forward flash and then spiritual pressure move immediately. Okay, that's gonna be annoying to deal with. I don't know why you would want to do that. People usually guard the hell out of it, but there is that. Signature move can now cancel into step during charge motion and also enables the air cancel from quick attack combo and flash attack and expands the hitbox for max charge version. So you can cancel out of this now. That's going to be annoying. Expanded hitbox for max charge version. So if he charges the whole entire thing, then the hitbox is even more. It's larger than it was already. Woof, that's going to be annoying as fuck. And he can cancel out of that and reduce frames required for the max charge. So he's able to charge into this max charge version of his signature move way faster now. And increase the movement control during max charge motion. So he also is able to control his movement a lot better now. Okay. So he basically controls neutral. He basically can control neutral now. Holy shit. Signature move adjustments allow broader neutral options via step cancels and aggressive max charge assaults, preventing repeated children's game effects, encourages strategic planning for greater rewards. Damn. It's like they buffed him, but at the same time, they also changed how his children game works. Sheesh. Kaname Tozen. Spiritual pressure move 1. Fixed an issue. Okay, more air cancel stuff. Alright, let's move on. Special flash attack increased forward movement when used from a step. So they increased how far it can go. Signature move, they fixed a bunch of bugs, it looks like. Increased recovery time, faster counter activation, and extended counter duration. Oh boy. So you're gonna be seeing people spamming that counter a lot more. Increased spiritual pressure gain on successful counters, so he also gets more spiritual pressure, not fighting spirits. So yeah, so he's gonna get more resources from that, and increased forward movement when used from step. Okay. So basically, watch out for people using the counter a lot with Tozen. Enhancements emphasize Tozen's strength during awakening, increased mobility from step usage, enables pressure from unexpected ranges. All right, my boy Toshra, what did y'all do? What did y'all do, bro? All right, spiritual pressure move 1 and 2, fixed an issue. Okay, more air cancel stuff. Okay, more air cancels. All right. Special flash attack. Faster startup at Tensor Gyron level 3. So they're buffing his signature move. Like, oh no. So his forward, okay, special flash attack, the icicle, has a faster startup only when you're in the third state. Spiritual pressure move 2. Increased Tensor Gyron gauge gain. Alright. And damage increased at level 3. So they basically just buffed his damage. They buffed his damage and they also gave him a faster startup at Tensor Gyron level 3. I don't think this allows you to do the dragon combo, but it does increase your gauge gain. So when you're not in level 3, then if you use spiritual pressure move 2, then you can get your gauge a lot faster and it increases the. So basically, all your ice moves, your special flash attack, and your tensile gyron gauge gain, it increases the damage at level 3. So always ice moves do more damage at level 3. Makes sense. Gauge gain improvements allow quicker access to level 3. Chaining moves post level 3 extends pressure duration compared to previous versions. Chaining moves post level 3 extends pressure duration compared to previous versions. I wonder if that means you can use a dragon. I'll have to test it. Because that dragon combo was the best thing about it. I don't care. I do not care. I want that dragon combo back. If I get it at level 3, that's fine by me. Kenpachi Zaraki. Spiritual pressure move 1. Fix an issue where air cancel was possible from certain actions. What is it? What is it? Where are these air cancels? I'm so confused. Signature move can now cancel into step during charge motion and adjusted max charge follow up to match damage threshold behavior. So that's a signature move. So that's the move. Okay, so that's when he's holding his arms out. Yeah. Okay. Reduce frames required to reach max charge, so he's able. So basically, he's not gonna be holding his arms out as long as he normally does. So it's gonna be a lot harder to punch it if you're from a far distance. Special Pressure Move 2, increase hit stun duration and reduce recovery time. Changed knockback duration. Okay. Signature move adjustments improve rhythm disruption via charge and step cancels. Special Pressure Move 2 now offers a strong reversal potential with follow-up opportunities. So you can now follow up after Special Pressure Move 2 now. Okay. Yeah, so his signature move, where he's holding his arms out like this, you can bait people into that now. You can bait it. You can because you can cancel out of it now. So if you use the signature move and then you move, you can bait out of it. Okay. Mayuri though is up next. Jesus, we got. I don't know how long this video is, but man, this is a long ass video. Woo, woo, holy shit! It's 45 minutes of freaking patch notes up in here, man. Jesus, if you've made it this far, by the way, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because Jesus is a long video. All right, I should have put some music in the background for this. Whew. All right. Mayuri, special flash attack. I should have live streamed this, honestly. Reduce damage, worsen combo scaling, spiritual pressure move 1. Let's see. So he's getting a nerf. Mayuri is getting a nerf. Special flash attack does reduce damage, worsen combo scaling, spiritual pressure move 1, reduce cancel window from various actions, and increases damage on it, though. Increase guard distance, stun duration, and spiritual pressure move 2. Adjust Mayuri's motion and Nemu's spawn position. Worsen combo scaling ensures hits during opponent's hit stun and enable cancels from quick attack combo and flash attack combo. Follow up holo afterwards and fix an issue with damage varied by conditions. So it's like they nerfed the combo scaling, but they also enabled you to be able to cancel from quick attack combos and flash attack combos, and they all allow you to follow holo afterward. Okay, and then his awakening signature mode reduced increased damage value and increased time to reach max value, and signature move branch increased damage to miss hit blocks. So the mist got buffed when you have throw out the poison, but everything else kind of got nerfed. So he got more of a nerf than anything. It's more of a nerf than anything, but it says here that adjustments simplify the use of complex special pressure moves. Special pressure move 1 fixes unintended activation issues, and move 2 now integrates into combos, while awakening adds mist damage for greater payoff. So it's like they nerfed the damage, but they made it easier to combo into a lot of his spiritual pressure moves now. Okay. Kai and Shiba, quick attack, combo, exclusive ability active, fixed an issue where the cancel into spiritual pressure move 2 was impossible. Okay. I didn't know that. Fixed the issue here, air cancel, spiritual pressure 2, increase slow effect duration on opponents. And fixed an issue where air cancel was possible from certain actions. Okay. Next up, follow Ho-Ho. Fixed an issue where damage varied is by condition. So they basically fixed his damage on his Ho-Oh. Okay. Quick attack, delayed cancel frames. Fixed delayed cancel frames into initial stage. Flash attack, fixed delay. Okay, so this is looking like a lot of fixes. Increase hit stun after spiritual pressure move 1. Can now cancel in the signature move on hit. Okay. Spiritual pressure 2. So you can cancel. So if you hit, you can cancel into your signature move. Spiritual pressure move 2, increase recovery, reduce recovery time, and increase guard stun duration. Expanded utility for special pressure moves. Move 1 enables reversal into current or state, while move 2 grants advantage on guard for sustained pressure. Huh. Alright. Not much to say there. Small buffs. Small buffs. It looks like a lot of people are getting buffs. I'll say that much. Or fixes. I'll say that much. A lot of people are getting buffs or fixes here. But moving on. Shinji Hirako, Breaker, fixed an issue where the damage was lower than other characters. I didn't even realize that. Okay. So, hey. There you go. Next up, quick attack follow-up, exclusive ability. Delayed cancel frames for follow-up ho-ho and reverse action. Okay. And then spiritual pressure move 1, fixed an issue with air cancel. Okay, I don't know what this air cancel thing is, but apparently everybody got it. Everybody got some air cancel thing. Okay. But it looks like his quick attack follow-up has delayed cancel frames for follow-up ho-ho and reverse action now. Huh. And during awakening, it looks like his quick attack follow-up, third hit exclusive ability active. Reduced knockback distance, and Special Pressure Move 1 has reduced guard stun duration on first hit, and adjusted second hit to move behind an opponent before attacking. Breaker, fix an issue where damage did not increase the signature active. Okay. Signature, strengthened synergy with Special Pressure Move 1. So more pressure, I'm assuming. And then reduce guard stun on first hitbox allows mix-ups with Breaker special flash attack. Okay. Stark. Please tell me they got rid of that stupid freaking infinite he has. Please, for the love of God. Please, for the love of God. That's 70 hit infinite, bro. They gotta get that shit out of there, bro. There should be no reason he's able to do that. Same with Ichigo. 1,000-year blow with Ichigo. I really hope they got rid of that infinite. Alright. Special Pressure Move 2. Reduce special pressure consumption per frame. Follow up Ho-Ho, adjusted spawn position, so they just kind of change where he pops back up. Okay, so they basically kind of just pop. They change where he shows up now after he does a follow up Ho-Ho. Now, Awakening. This is where. Yeah. And actually, I'm Spiritual Pressure 2. Reduce spiritual pressure consumption per frame. So they buffed the fuck out of this. Fuck. Damn it. Signature move. Blue Flame Wolfstalk combo branch. Reduced hit stun duration. Thank the fucking Lord. Increase guard stun duration. Reduce guard gauge depletion. Increase guard pushback distance. Can now cancel into signature move, Special Pressure Move 1, and Special Pressure Move 2. Breaker. Blue Flame Wolfstalk active. Reduce damage and delay cancel frames for attack actions. So he's got like a buff and a nerf. I don't know if this gets rid of his infinite that he has, but we'll have to see. But his Special Pressure Move 2 when he's in his normal state, yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Even more so now because they reduce the amount of resources he uses when he uses this move. Awakening changes the emphasize resource management for extended combos while preventing excessive damage from Wolfstalk usage. I still like they need to allow you to be able to flash up them damn wolves though, bro. I'm gonna be real. With Stark, they need to allow you to flash up them fucking wolves, because that's the main problem. He's the only one who has a projectile in the game where, as far as I know, you can't flash step it. Other than, I guess, Mayuri's hand thing, but I don't really count that as a projectile. Alright. So Stark's gonna be, I guess, more annoying in his base state, and I don't know, he might be around the same in his sword state. I don't know. They need to allow you to be flash stepped in damn wolves, but that's just me. Tier Haribel, Special Pressure Move 1, fixed, okay, air cancel stuff, and now can cancel into. Oh, okay, so Special Pressure Move 1, they fixed a bug, and then you can cancel from Signature Move on Corlente. So you can cancel from Signature Move. So you can use your Signature Move, and then you can go into Special Pressure Move 1 now. Okay. Follow up Ho-Ho for initial stage, fixed an issue with the damage. Okay, they fixed that. So they fixed the damage issue, and then Awakening Signature Move can cancel into Special Pressure Move 2 on hit. Okay, so Signature can cancel into Special Pressure Move 2, only on hit though. And then Special Pressure Move 2 increased damage when Aura Gauge has been accumulated. Okay. So they improved the combo integration for Special Pressure 2 as a reversal tool. So it's more of like a punish tool than anything, and Aura Gauge accumulation boosts damage for immediate high impact follow-ups. Alright. Now Ukiura, who arguably outside of Dongai is still one of the best, if not the best character in the game. Alright. Special Pressure Move 2, increased total Reishi recovery. So they buffed the amount of health he gets back from this now. Okay. Reawakening. Flash attack follow-up. Reduced the blowback distance. So when he does his flash attack follow-up, they reduce the blowback distance. So I guess how far back you get pushed from it. I don't know. Signature move has a faster cancel frames, increased recovery time, increased hit stun duration. Oh god, they're buffing him again. They're buffing him again. And it looks like he can cancel out of his flash attack into Special Pressure Move 2. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. And adjusted the motion when canceled from Special Flash Attack into Special Pressure. And then Special Pressure Move 2 has an increased slow duration during charge motion. Jesus Christ, why do they keep buffing this man? They keep buffing this man? Damn it, bro. So they made him more annoying. It's more of his healing than anything that they made annoying. But man, is it a pain in the ass. So they're focusing more on his healing than anything. That's basically it. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. And during reawakening, signature move enables follow-ups into special pressure move 2 for extended pressure. So they basically made it easier for you to combo out of his heal into a combo. That's basically it. Ah, man. Alright. Moving on to Noratora Gilga. Another thing I just realized with this is technically since they buffed this special pressure move 2, if you play this right, you can get into Segunda a lot easier now. So there is that. But that's if you play it right, because technically the main problem with Spiritual Pressure 2 is if you get hit, then all that healing just basically goes to waste. So there is that. So depends on who you're fighting. Anyway, moving on. Noratora Gilga, the Sleeper. Increased recovery time on the flash attack. And then special flash attack, reverse actions cannot be used during first hit of recovery, and added counter hit vulnerability during a first hit recovery. So you can't use reverse actions during a special flash attack during the first hit, and added a counter hit vulnerability during the first hit of recovery. Okay. Special pressure move 1 now can cancel on hit and guard from quick attack combo or flash attack combo. So if you go into your quick attack combo, you can go into special pressure move 1. And you can cancel now on hit. So if you hit your opponent with your special pressure move 1 on guard, or if you just hit, you can go into a quick attack combo or flash attack combo. And special pressure move 2 added a counter hit vulnerability during first hit of recovery. Huh. Alright, awakening. Signature move, added frames granting super armor during motion. That's going to be a pain in the ass. And when absorbing an attack with super armor, can now cancel into quick attack, flash attack, or special flash attack. So he can combo out. If somebody's hitting him during super armor, you can basically hit him with any of these. Usable when block stock is available, and follow up ho-ho, and then fixed an issue where damage varied by condition. Okay. So signature move now gains super armor during motion, allowing Noratora to absorb attacks, and after absorbing, immediate retaliation is possible via cancels. Increased risk for previously dominant tools like flash attack and special flag attack. Ensures balance plays. So they basically made it to where his signature move now allows you to be able to combo out of it, and they made his super armor, I guess, a lot more usable. That's basically it. That's basically it. Which, I mean, I guess lore wise makes a lot of sense because I guess according to what we know, he has the toughest skin in the entire Espada. So there is that. Okay. He's a sleeper, but I guess people probably might start using him a lot more now with that. All right, next up to the next one, Grinjal, our Rushdown King over here. Signature move, fixed an issue where air. Okay, more air cancel stuff. All right, we're not doing that. Special pressure move 1, fixed more air cancel stuff. I don't know what that means. All right, Awakening, exclusive ability, fixed an issue where invincibility ended prematurely when impulse gauge was maxed, and increased hit stun duration for the attack hitbox. Okay, so he has that counter thing that he does when his gauge is up. Then the invincibility apparently ended prematurely. So they kind of extended how long it lasts, and it increased hit stun duration for the attack hitbox. All right, signature move during special pressure move 2, increased hit stun duration and changed knockback animation. Follow up ho-ho afterwards as well. All right. So signature move during special pressure move 2 now transitions smoothly into combos, enabling strong reversals and sustained offense. So they basically made it to where it's easier to combo from signature into special pressure move 2. Okay. Slice power grants. More air cancel stuff. All right. Signature move. When canceled from breaker or special pressure move 2, now counts as a strike hitbox. Reduced overall recovery when special pressure move understanding is at level 2. And special pressure move 1 will now have an issue where it, I guess, unintended cancels were possible. Okay, so that probably, I don't know if that was a thing or not, but there's that. And then kick on move Doll Show increases the debuff duration when the destroying Achilles, tendon, humerus, or lung. Oof. Okay. Signature move adjustments make it easier to raise spiritual pressure understanding level, increasing the opportunities to leverage Saiso Power strengths earlier in matches. They made it basically easier for him to increase his understanding levels, so he's able to probably get more revives, and on top of that, be able to use all of his tools. Okay. Now, curious if they're buffing and nerfing her, because she's kind of been just in the middle. I'm gonna be real. She's still really strong, but well, let's see. Special pressure move 2. Fixed an issue where the slow effect duration before activation was reduced when consuming 2 chase stocks. Okay, interesting. Special flash attack on awakening can now cancel into special pressure move 2 after a follow-up action. So you can go special flash attack into special pressure move 2 now, basically. And then special pressure move 2 added slow effect during charge motion and increased slow effect duration before activation when when consuming chase stocks. So it made it to where you can cancel out of your special flash into special pressure 2 a lot easier. And they made it to where if you just raw use special pressure move 2, they added a slow effect during the charge motion, so it's a lot harder to dodge if you're not ready for it, and increased the slow effect duration before activation when consuming a chase stock. Okay. So if you're consuming more of your resources, then the slow mo duration is even more so effective. Okay. So Special Pressure Move 2 is now easier to integrate into combos and not enabling high damage sequences without relying on sheer volume of attacks. Okay, makes sense. Ichigo Kurosaki, 1,000-Year Blood War. I really hope they remove that infinite. Alright, here we go. Signature move, Full Moon. Increased damage and reduced hit stun duration. Okay. Awakening. Signature move, Moonlights. Include combo scaling, and signature move, Rising Moon. Reduce recovery time. Okay. Full Moon previously dominated offensive options, reducing diversity. Adjustments emphasize its role as a high damage move, while Moonlight and Rising Moon offer varied pressure and more mix-up potential. Okay, so they basically made more mix-ups. I don't know if that means that they got rid of the infinite or not, but we'll have to check. But it looks like they made it to where you can do a lot more mix-ups now. Retsu Unohana, Fighting Spirit, reduced the amount required for Awakening. Ooh, so they made it way easier for her to get Awakening, which is, I guess, a good thing for Unohana because depending on who you're fighting, especially like from the videos I've done, you can easily just toy with her in her normal state. So I guess pretty good buff, but that also makes it extremely dangerous now. And in her Awakening, Fighting Spirit is increased. So Fighting Spirit increased amount required for Kikon challenge. Okay. So nothing really changed with her actions, but Fighting Spirit adjustments made it to where her Kikon channel is harder to get post Awakening, reducing sudden match ending scenarios. So they made it to where she's able to get into her Awakening a lot easier, but her Kikon channel, if you want to get her into that, it's going to be a lot harder. So it makes it harder for her to be, I guess, able to do those way harder for her to do them with really high damage, just kind of like one tap kill combos. Okay. Now for Ichibe Hosobe, we got exclusive ability, Paint Over Gauge, which now decreases after a set time following the increase. So developers' notes for this, Paint Over State previously offered excessive control. Adjustments maintain strength, but will require precise timing to maximize gauge after depletion. Okay. So I'm assuming, let's see, Paint Over Gauge now decreases after a set time following increase. Okay, so they made it to where there's a set time basically for when this gauge is going to go down. So when you're painted black, there's like a set time for it now. Okay. There's a set time for it now. All right. Not too shabby. I feel like all these buffs and nerfs, for the most part, I don't have any problems with them. I mean, I guess outside of, Stark, I don't know why they buffed the fuck out of this. And a lot of it mostly is going to be us testing it ourselves. But I feel like a lot of these buffs make sense, and a lot of the nerfs that they did do also make sense. Once again, the big thing is we're just going to have to test it all out when the game does update tomorrow, because it is the 2nd right now. But for the most part, the thing that I'm interested in, for the most part, is if we go all the way back up here to the developers notes where they were changing some stuff, well, I want to see, my big thing that I want to see is this. So I want to see if you go into your light attack 3 times, if you can flash step right into a combo afterwards. I want to see that. I want to see if that's what happens if you do that. Because from what I'm seeing here with the developers notes of just the overall changes, they don't want you to spam breakers as much anymore. They want you to be able to mix up your opponent without having to use the breakers as much. That's why they made the breakers. That's why they made the breakers as kind of crazy as they were. Though I will say this is kind of weird. I don't know why they made Rangiku's hitbox being expanded for breaker attacks, but whatever, weird. But I'm really curious to see how this goes. Let me know what you guys think of the patch notes. Me personally, I find it interesting what they're doing here, but at the same time, some of this stuff doesn't make sense. So, like for instance, the landing key coming out of Soul Break, restoring reverse gauge. Nobody's ever going to try that. And I'm really curious to see what the damage is looking like. We're in the racy deficiency state, which is the red. I'm really curious to see what this is looking like. And this whole thing with attacks during awakening and reawakening not being able to be countered, I don't know what it means by that. I don't know what that means. Because there's two counters technically in the game. You got the counters where you perfectly flashed up somebody, and then you got the counters like Yorichi's counter or something like Ichibe's counter or whatever, so on and so forth. So I don't know what this exactly means, but either way, I don't know what they were cooking with this, but um, either way, I'll leave the comments down for you guys at this point on what you guys think about all this. I did not expect this to take an hour, but then again, they did change a lot of stuff. As far as the buffs for characters and nerfs for characters, I think it's all right outside of Stark. I think Stark is gonna be more annoying to deal with, with that spiritual pressure move too. But otherwise, everything else, I don't really have too much of a problem with. They actually nerfed Aizen, hilariously enough. And they nerfed him but buffed him, but at the same time, it really depends on who you're fighting and if they run into that counter a couple of times. So, really, really depends on that. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment down below, and let me know what you guys think about the buffs or nerfs for certain characters. Because, I don't know. I'm curious if they gave back Toshiro's Dragon combo. I want that back. That was like the most saucy combo he had, bro. I'm being dead ass. I'm being dead. I want that combo back. But without further ado, Shinobi sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.